Hey, Stugach.
Hey, you over there.
You think you can just waltz in here asking for answers?
You take a seat there, jerky.
Come on. What does this look like? Free mystery clinic?
You got the itching mystery problem there.
I tell you what you got is nerves, kid. You got nerves. Hey,
You got big balls, and I respect that.
good for you, kid. Good for you.
You've stumbled into the Blurry Photos free clinic.
Hey, everybody. What's up? I'm David Flora.
I'm Dave Stecco.
This is Blurry Photos. Good to have you with us.
Very exciting.
Got a fun episode for you.
This episode is risen indeed.
Is it? We took 3 days off.
Oh, nice.
We're coming back to you.
Let's see if we can put this mystery back in the ground.
Today we're going to be talking about Easter.
Yeah. Do you know?
All about it.
Well, we like to make sure that if there's a pertinent holiday,
Mm-hmm.
we'll explore that. But it occurs to me that next year, like once we run through a full 365, what are we gonna do?
Clip show.
Halloween's still weird, isn't it? I don't know what we're gonna do next year, but for now, for the time being,
the hopper is full.
Yeah.
We're just gonna be shooting these paintballs of knowledge at you.
that was much like a paintball gun, cumbersome. Yeah,
Fails a lot.
yeah. So Easter.
We're going to tell you all about the origins of Easter, where it comes from, where the popular customs come from.
Yep.
Everything from the bunny, the eggs, the hot cross buns,
To the scrambled eggs.
to the scrambled eggs. We're gonna
just me?
try to track that down.
Just me.
You and your Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, that's right.
And we'll see how it connects to modern day Christianity.
Yeah. First fun fact of Easter: a floating holiday.
Oh, what does that mean?
Yeah, it is not. It's not tacked down to a specific day.
No.
It's loosey goosey, bobbing and weaving, sticking and moving, floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee.
Be a spring breeze.
Now, what are the rules, Flora?
Easter is a Christian holiday.
Yep.
It commemorates the resurrection of Jesus Christ from his death on the Sunday after his crucifixion.
Yep. This is for the Jesusites.
It also marks the end of Lent.
Yeah, because February and March, those aren't lame enough months. Let's make sure you give up something else during those times.
Easter itself is the holiest day in the Western Christian calendar
Yep.
and is, like you said, a movable feast.
You try to ambush it, it ain't gonna be there.
Nope.
Oh, no.
Technically, it falls on the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox.
Right.
I said after a lot in that sentence.
Well,
Also, just for reference, spring equinox is the same thing as the vernal equinox. Yeah.
that's even day and night,
Yep.
approximately.
Traditionally, this is when you see passion plays. Eggs are colored and hidden. The Easter Bunny brings candy, and you eat ham and hot cross buns for some people.
It's your last chance to create a small hoard of Peeps and those Cadbury eggs that make your teeth hurt when you eat them.
Yep. That is true. Gosh, those are so good. Because it's just pure sugar.
It's just sugar paste inside a chocolate shell. Every other year, I decide, I can do this. Let me try one of those things. And I take a bite, and it's just that where you just hang your mouth open and try to breathe over it because you don't want to swallow it. And I'm like, what have I done? It's too much for me.
What hath I wrought?
And I'm a sweet tooth guy, and that's just too damn much.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I like the little hard Cadbury eggs.
Oh, yeah, the
little
Robin's
hard shell.
eggs.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
Man, I could gorge myself on those and feel great about it.
This week on Candy Chat, we're talking about our favorite Easter candies. Now, some of them are just too sweet for me. No thanks. Pass them on down the line.
I made a peep pie last week.
Oh, you are? Just get out of here. How much fun was that?
It was so much fun. I thought about calling you up and inviting you over, but then I knew you were doing stuff.
Oh, that's true. I was just too busy, but that sounds like fun.
Candy
Candy Chat.
Candy Chat.
There's your bonus episode.
That's what next year's is.
We just make up alternate.
Alternate.
You know what, though? For every single holiday, we could do an episode of Candy Chat.
That's true. We burned Halloween, and that's the biggest candy seller of the year. Easter being second only to Halloween. So
Yeah.
Candy Chat is coming up, you guys.
Valentine's Day, Christmas.
Not so much Thanksgiving. I guess that's a savory holiday.
Oh, what is it? Welcome to Gravy Log. This week on Gravy Log, whoa, we're talking Thanksgiving gravy.
You guys like brown or white gravy?
Yeah, we got turkey gravy. We got
the kind of gravy you get with your sausage and biscuits.
it's a creamy white gravy. We will never do Gravy Log, but Candy Chat. No, don't write that one off just yet.
Easter begins with the tradition of celebrating the spring equinox at the end of winter, which, all intents and purposes, that's the dead season.
Yep.
And it symbolizes the importance of fertility and reproduction and the rebirth of life. That's the tradition of celebrating all that junk in the springtime.
Can we get a kind of like a soul sounds of the 70s, sexy Barry White reproductive rites of spring sound?
I'll rehash that thing I used in the Ghost Story episode.
You could probably just still use the Spring Heeled Jack Slap because it's going. There's some subtext there.
I'll try the sexy stuff and I'll say this again. All right. It symbolizes the importance of fertility and reproduction and the rebirth of life.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
I've been waiting all winter.
Get that fertility flowing.
Just wrapping up in blankets. I spent the last 40 days giving up thinking about you. Oh, but that's all over now.
I cheated, though. Don't tell Jesus.
We finally did it, baby. We made it through Lent together. Okay.
Great. Perhaps the earliest reference to such a holiday comes from Babylon, circa 2400 BCE. In the city of Ur, there was a celebration dedicated to the moon and spring equinox in around March and April. There's also the belief that Judaism derived spring celebrations of the Feast of Weeks and Passover partly from the Babylonian holiday due to the fact that so many Jews were being held captive by the Babylonian Empire at the time.
And they just kind of were like, well, we used to do this all the time. I didn't hate it.
Yeah. I think so, yeah. It kind of meshed into their traditions.
And I also think that there's so many religions that have a rite of spring, that it was an important part. I mean, no matter where you are or who you worship, the end of winter and the start of spring, that's a big transition.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're going to get that. You're going to see everyone doing something. Like if there was a day every year that a volcano erupted, everyone on the planet would have a volcano day.
I wish there was.
Oh, man. Too late for supposition. The time for wish discussion is past.
That was last episode.
You had your chance, and you blew it, asshole.
One key aspect that many of the spring religious festivals had with each other was the death and rebirth of a god at that time of the year. Some of the names of the gods that you might hear associated with this would be Attis, Osiris, Orpheus, Dionysus,
Dialysis,
Tammuz, and Mithra.
Shammuz.
Some of those are pretty familiar, huh?
Mothra. Yeah, some of those are pretty familiar.
Now, etymologically, the name Easter has been traced to a couple of sources.
Mm-hmm. Some correctly, some not smutch.
Not smutch. Contemporary paganism celebrates a festival called Ostara, derived from the Anglo-Saxon lunar goddess Eostra.
Mm-hmm.
Another name for that god in some parts was Ostara, so that's kind of a direct derivation of that. But anyway, the name ultimately is a variation on other prominent goddesses of ancient times, including Ishtar, Astarte, or Isis.
Yep. And we're gonna come back around on that because I mean, if you think that's the last you've heard of Ishtar, then you're wrong. You're just wrong,
You're
and
wrong.
shame on you.
Why even think?
And we're not discussing the Dustin Hoffman famous as being the worst movie ever made movie.
I haven't seen it.
Nobody has.
Good. Eostra was a goddess of the dawn and fertility. And if that name sounds sort of familiar, good. Here's a hint. We derive the term estrogen from that.
Oh,
There are a couple
spelled with
ways
an
that
O.
there are a couple ways that that name is pronounced. Some cultures pronounce it Esther,
Yeah,
even though it's spelled Eostre.
yeah, but it's got the line over the E, so you know what that means.
Eostra's feast day was held on the first full moon after the vernal equinox. Sound familiar?
Just a little bit.
So here is, I'm going to tell you a couple of quick stories based on these goddesses that we named. And they're pretty interesting because these are basically laying the foundation for what modern Christians celebrate or observe every Easter.
Let me just back the truck up over that when you heard something go thump thump under the tires. This is the
Oh no, the Easter Bunny!
this
You
is where we
killed
just
him.
claimed. Here are the other religions that are the foundation for the religion that happens to be popular now.
Well,
We're gonna get killed by a guy who doesn't believe in abortion. Death by irony. Oh.
I mean, part of the reason that I wanted to do an Easter podcast, a podcast all about what Easter truly
Because you just
comes from.
love shitting on people with faith.
I love finding out the truth behind some of this stuff.
No, it is super interesting, and I will never deny anyone their faith. I was a person of faith myself for a long time. I would even still say that I am, but you know, like it's not difficult to see where there's a timeline here, and where one region's beliefs influence another region's beliefs, and these are worth looking into. These are interesting things.
Sure.
It doesn't erode. It doesn't otherwise damage the validity of your beliefs, but we are organisms that have all been hanging around each other for a long time. It's asinine to think that the Babylonians didn't, somehow intermingle with the Greeks, and
Right.
and there's. So I like that. Thank you very much, David Flora.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, it's not that I'm trying to say either that, you're wrong in what you believe, you idiot. What I'm trying to say is...
He's writing on a dry erase board right now, but I am. That's what he's... No, we don't have a dry erase board. We don't have the budget for that.
Yeah, but I just I think it's important to know where your beliefs come from, because this stuff wasn't taught to me. I went to church for a while growing up. I've got a solid foundation in religious beliefs.
In religious attendance.
But just coming across this stuff, it's interesting, and I think
Agreed.
the more knowledge that's out there about it, the better. And if at this point, if if you're a fervent believer in the Christianity, then you might find this interesting and say, great. Now I know where it comes from. I'm still gonna
explore it.
go
Agree
for
with it or disagree with it, but it's good to know, and then say, oh well, I think that David Flora was kind of wrong about that because of this, and I know Greek because we don't.
Right.
Or maybe David Flora made a really good point there. I wish Dave Stecco would swear less.
Yeah. Or
And when are they going to do that candy chat? That sounded awesome.
Or you might not say anything. You might just sharpen your knives.
Yeah. You do it with a knife if you mean it.
How personal. All right. So let's get back on the train now that we've stopped and gotten some coffee.
It's so true. We just jumped off the train for a while. All right, back on board.
We had a layover in Atlanta. Hope everyone enjoyed. So let me tell you the story of Ishtar and Tammuz. So this goes all the way back to pretty much the first recorded history that we have. Tammuz was the son of the sun god Baal and a consort of Ishtar, who was called the Queen of Heaven. One day, while hunting, he was killed by a boar. He's like Robert Baratheon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
That was a good call.
We'll pull that nerd card on this one.
That's
Is that what I sounded
That's the noise. That's the noise my brain makes when I'm talking about nerd stuff.
Oh. Ishtar told their worshippers that Tammuz had ascended to heaven to be with his father, and they would be with the people as Father, Son, and Sacred Flame, or Spirit. Weird, huh?
That smells a little Trinidesque, Trinity-ish.
Trinitarish. Tammuz was killed around the winter solstice, and Ishtar traveled to the underworld to resurrect him, which took about 3 months. When she got there, Tammuz came back to life, and with him the vegetation and the life, for he was also a god of vegetation growth, things like that, agriculture. In observance, worshippers held a 40-day period prior to the equinox where they could eat no meat, and they meditated
All right.
for a while. Stories like this are similar in many of the ancient cultures, and most notably, one that's a lot like that is the story of Isis and Osiris in Egypt. So that's cool. I got another version of it
Okay.
that is still Sumerian, but this version, the names are changed, but the problems are the same. Ishtar is called Inanna in this one, and Tammuz is called Dumuzi.
What?
That's what the dude's name
All
was.
right.
And actually, I mean, Dumuzi and Tammuz, pretty similar.
Okay.
So in this one, Dumuzi dies, and Inanna mourns the loss.
Mm-hmm.
She descends into the underworld after him, and has to pass through 7 gates, and she must leave an article of clothing behind at each gate until she's completely naked and humbled when she gets through the 7th gate. Now, once she's through there, she faces her sister, Ereshkigal, the ruler of the underworld. Ereshkigal was angered that she came down there, and she killed Inanna and hung her up on a stake. And with the help from another god, Inanna was resurrected after 3 days and nights. And for conquering death, Inanna was worshipped as the Queen of Heaven. So that's got some aspects in it that are familiar as well.
Yeah, that's pretty Ishtar-tacular.
But isn't it funny how these stories they come from all over the place, but they all kind of share similarities like that.
Yeah, exactly. You've got the same thematic content. You have and to some degrees just a swapping of names,
Yep.
but the story largely remains the same. And it's actually very interesting that this is like these some of the oldest documented religions that we understand well.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time,
They don't directly sound like what we're used to.
right. There's definitely, and I'm looking forward to getting to this point where there's this changeover in the narrative. There's no direct descent into hell. There's no, those things that change over when you get to the more the Christian story of Easter, of the resurrection.
Right. And that we've seen that happen before in some of the things that we talked about, where religions take on the pagan traditions and customs and practices and say, hey, you guys like celebrating this stuff? That's funny. Jesus likes this too.
Yeah. The
You guys
Catholic
should
Church was
check this out.
exceptionally good at that. I lived in Ecuador for a little while, and I got to go to this cathedral in the capital, Quito, and this cathedral is super old. And I believe, it goes back to the 1600s, and you could see on the walls the sun god glyphs. Again, this habit of incorporating local religions and saying, oh well, no, you guys got part of the story. Yeah, the sun's important, but let me tell you the whole deal.
Right.
Like that inclusion and conversion by inclusion.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's an interesting thing, and is, in the more scientific term of a meme, not like an internet meme, but like of an idea as an organism. That is a hell of an advantage to have.
Yeah.
When you have that ability to subsume a culture and just sort of slowly turn it over time by saying, oh no, yeah, we're okay with that. Bring that in. And using that to foster your own belief system. And that's a heck of a trick.
Yeah.
And it's a very effective one, as every single subjugated culture can tell you. Or they can't because they're subjugated.
By the time they can tell you, they don't know they can tell you.
Right.
It's it osmoses the beliefs into each other.
Yeah.
So that's some of the history kind of Easter, and like we said, where the name comes from, the Easter, the goddess of the dawn and fertility, things like that. The Anglo-Saxons, down through the ages, it wasn't a stretch to come up with Easter from Yoster or Esther, anything like that. Let's talk about some of the customs and traditions that go on around the Easter holiday season.
Yep.
And go through where some of those come from, because I don't remember bunnies laying eggs in the Bible.
Oh,
a lot of people.
You don't remember Jesus fighting a dragon either.
That's true. You guys, we're gonna get T-shirts soon.
It's gonna be so sweet.
So let's start out with the big one, the big old number one.
Yeah, hit it.
Player, the Easter Bunny.
I think that we absolutely can use the Spring Hill Jack sound, the Spring Hill Jack slap.
Oh,
except for instead of a slap, it's I don't know. What's the sound of an egg being given? Yeah. Yeah. Eggs.
What? So you gotta phrase it up. It's got to be a title.
Oh, okay. Oh man. Well, okay. Then we can't have a spring heel jack slap, but I think we can work this out. Let's have cottontail egg handing, egg giving outing, Easter not slap. That. Thank you for making the sound way better than me trying to describe the sound. It was like I was suddenly English as a second language and drunk.
It took longer to put that sound together than it did to put the episode together.
Well, we all appreciate it.
So the Easter Bunny, let me tell you another story here.
Okay.
Stories are fun. One year, the goddess Ostara arrived late for spring and saw a bird whose wings had been frozen by the as-yet unthawed snow.
What?
Taking pity on it since it was her fault, Ostara turned him into a hare and gave him super speed to protect him from hunters.
Nice.
Yeah. In remembrance of his earlier bird form, she gave him the ability to lay eggs in all colors of the rainbow, but only one day a year.
What? How do you come up with that? Well, listen, I know that you were a bird and now you're a rabbit, but I gotta try to make this right? I mean, we gotta acknowledge that you were once a bird, and there's no better way I know of than having you poop out eggs. Only one day a year, though. And the eggs are very colorful. Everyone will know it was you that did it. You're the only egg-pooping rabbit.
If you got turned into a dog, you, Dave Stecco, if you got turned into a dog,
okay,
wouldn't you want at least one day a year where you could just drink as much beer as you wanted?
A dog can drink beer every day. That's a terrible example.
Great.
And also, what is the beer all the colors of the rainbow, or do I pee all the colors of the rainbow? Oh my God. That would be so great. But the day that I'm allowed to do it has to be in the winter so that I can write my multicolored name in snowbanks everywhere. Oh my God. And then the children will start to make multicolored snowmen.
It'll be like Hawaiian ice comes back in the winter.
Yeah, but it's all urine. Oh my God, that's brilliant. And people will start taking drugs that change the color of their pee to celebrate Dogsmas or David and Tide.
Stequan?
Oh man, well that makes me sound like a rapper. I love this. Well, let's invent a holiday where you drink as much beer as you want, and then you just try to pee in all the colors of the rainbow.
That's what I get for trying to make an example.
That's a great example, because I'm going to look into this. There has to be like some company like that's like, hey, fool your friends, turn their urine purple.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I haven't.
What you could just swallow those pellets that you get in the egg coloring kits.
Yeah, but that doesn't change your urine's color, I don't think. I know that there are like antibiotics. There are like actual prescription things that will change the color of your urine, but I don't know if they're available over the counter, OTC.
Rabbits were natural symbols.
Moving on.
Rabbits were natural symbols of fertility and speed and luck.
Yeah.
And fun fact, medieval Christians considered them bad because they thought that witches could be turned into them or go around. Witches turn into rabbits and go around and suck the milk out of cows. That was one of their beliefs.
That's a crazy belief.
Well, yeah.
You know, there's
a reason that it was called the Dark Ages, right?
There's also this thing called the 3-hair pattern that was used as sort of a trinity depiction.
And a toupee.
And a toupee. It was 3 rabbits in a circle where they were kind of interlocked, and it was found in churches all throughout Europe.
Boom.
Yeah, I don't usually bring
I
don't usually bring the hard facts like that, so let's enjoy that. Let's just savor it because everything I have to say from here on out is all crazy town.
And next time on Candy Chat, hard candy facts. Also, the fertility and just having sex a lot and popping out a bunch of babies.
Right.
That was looked down upon by medieval Christians as well. So,
which is crazy. I mean, Jonathan Colton did a great song of explaining what you do in springtime. Anybody heard the song First of May? Look it up. Do yourself a huge favor and look it up.
Why don't you do them a favor and give us a taste?
Oh, you know what? Because I pimp you into making so many sound effects. I accept your challenge.
All right.
First of May, outdoor starts today. So bring your favorite lady, or at least your favorite lady. Water's not cold, baby, dip in your big toe. Maybe I'll see you in flagrante delicto. Grass below you, sky above. Celebrate spring with a crazy little thing called outside. Yeah! To your face, Flora!
I just got served, I guess.
If they weren't expensive, I would mic drop you right now. But we just got them, and that is not respectful or careful enough. Yeah. Don't corner this mongoose.
Who was that? Robbie Coltrane?
It was George Clinton. No. Jonathan Colton.
Oh.
If you are enjoying this podcast, there's no way on earth
God help you if you're enjoying this podcast.
You would not. There's no way on earth you would not love Jonathan Colton. Go check him out. He's a great guy.
Okay. Cool. Let's move on to eggs.
Eggs.
For eggs, see the Easter Bunny that we just talked about.
Yeah. See also multicolored eggs.
Obviously, eggs, symbols of fertility and rebirth.
Yep.
Originally, they were all dyed red.
Yeah.
For the lifeblood.
Yeah.
Symbol. Hunting eggs. Now that's kind of a mystery as to where that got started, but there's a couple sources that it could come from. Could come from ritual hare hunts that were practiced by Anglo-Saxons during Ostara, the festival of Ostara. Also could be from the burning times when authorities would apparently use kids to lead them to practitioners of old religion.
like 6 or 8, 7-year-olds with leashes just all...
Yeah, you got the scent? Go find those eggs. And
they cut the kids loose and they just swarm the witch over.
No.
Yeah, those kids, good individually. Don't let them swarm. Another fun fact about eggs. They are the devil's testicles.
Are they really? I've been putting them in my mouth so much.
High in protein.
Also high in sin.
No,
cholesterol.
there is, and I mean, this should be a shock to no one, but there's a huge backlash against Easter.
From whom?
from Christians
Oh.
who say that Easter is not canonical. It is not from the Bible. It is a made-up liars festival. It's part of Satan's plan to undermine the Christian faith and to get people to inadvertently worship him. I don't think it is physically possible to inadvertently worship a god. You are literally in your mind saying who you're worshiping.
Right.
You know, it's not like the Mystery Machine and the Jesus rips off his mask and it's old man McCreevy saying, "Thank you for your prayers."
I did get away with it.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of people who are very, very against Christmas, Easter. They say that, because of the pagan, the parts of the pagan religions that were
Incorporated.
Yeah, incorporated. Thank you. Into those holidays. And I've got, so many magnificent sources here. And I'm going to go straight to the most unimpeachable source. And I did this last time, and I loved it so much that it's going to be my regular go-to for factual data. We're going to Yahoo Answers. This is great. Is Easter based on the goddess Ishtar? The best answer, chosen by voters.
Oh, it's democratic.
Is Easter is a pagan holiday honoring the Queen of Heaven, goddess Ishtar, not a Christian holy day. These people really, really get into it. There's a whole lot of
slap fights.
Yeah, it's crazy. Pagan. I was told that it was based on a German goddess of fertility. Yeah, people are really, really down on it. I've got my friend Al Perez wants you to know that it is again it's based on the Babylonian Ishtar, and that we are serving Satan every time we accidentally give them props.
Al is not technically your real friend.
No, he's not.
I just wrote the article.
Bro Daryl checks in with this. Christians are not following the Most High at all. They don't keep the law and commandments. They don't celebrate the feasts of the Most High. They participate in pagan feasts such as Christmas, Easter, New Year's, St. Valentine's Day. You people don't need to become a Christian. You need to repent of your sins and serve the Most High by reading what he says and to do it.
Can I just say something?
Please.
The Feast of New Year's usually is a quarter pounder of fries. So I don't know, Broham or whatever your name was.
Yeah.
I don't know about the Feast of New Year's.
I usually get up a heaping platter of loneliness and chase that down with whatever liquor I find in the house. That's how I celebrate the Feast of New Year's. Another gentleman wants us to all understand that people must realize that the beast is Rome. And as per Daniel chapter 7 and Revelation chapter 13, the whole world is worshiping the first beast of Babylon. So,
no, fish spear. Dude, you should reply to that and be like, hey, we got a 2-part apocalypse episode that talks all about
exactly.
This.
I'll set you straight.
Worry.
I think the worst thing we could do is reply to any of these. But,
that's true.
But the moral of the story is that there is a huge backlash against Easter and Christmas. And just briefly, that Christmas, Santa, Satan, blah, it's boring. But Easter is what people really get upset about. It's what people are really in this Ishtar thing, and they'll just say things. They're like, "Oh yeah, no, Ishtar used to be pronounced Easter. That's how you pronounce it." That's not true.
When I was doing the research for this, it was incredibly hard to sift through the very biased opinions that were exactly what you're talking about in order to find some factual historical information on some of this stuff.
This is how teamwork works, David Flora, because I was doing the perfect polar opposite. I smelled fact and I ran the opposite way. All I want is the most biased, most fervent, frothy-mouthed opinions that anyone can just all caps hammer into a forum or a website or a YouTube video comment section.
It's good. We get that balance that way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like to balance fact with f***ing nuts. Those are the two sides, right?
Do you have any more egg stories?
Nope.
We're moving on then. Let's get to.
I'm sorry. Was the devil's testicles not enough?
I don't know, man. You kept going.
I guess it wasn't.
Yahoo Answers was
Yeah.
which are the devil's testicles
That's
themselves.
right. You got to let the people choose the facts they want to believe.
Let me talk about lilies. Lilies are popular with Easter.
Yeah.
The floral emblem of Eostra, remember her?
Yep.
Whose breast milk caused the first lily to spring forth.
Mouth sounds.
It's considered the female cup holding the divine essence of life.
Really?
Well, it may have a mistaken connection to the flower part sepals, which collectively are called the calyx, which actually means husk or wrapping, but is often confused with calyx spelled differently. The first calyx, Calyx, and the second calyx spelled Calix, which means cup or goblet, and is where we get the term chalice.
Oh, okay.
So there's a little mistaken connection in there.
I hope you guys are really enjoying all the etymology we're getting into on this one.
Don't you love it?
Yeah, I'm into it.
Next on Candy Chat.
I'm making T-shirts for Candy Chat.
The etymology of sweet tarts. What's a tart? And where'd that name come from?
I mean, sweet, that just sells itself. Now, who's the genius that said, I'm going to make some tart in this?
Sweet tart. Ain't that redundant?
Now, a lot of people think that, but you're wrong.
You're wrong. Well.
Oh, Candy Chat.
One more thing with lilies. Sacred to the ancient Canaanite goddess Astarte, who also bore the name Lilith. Also, Astarte went by the name Astarte. Just throwing that in there.
You're just baiting me, and I'm not going for it. Now, also historically, lilies are a grave flower. They're a very strong odor or scent if you enjoy it.
People know what odor is.
Well, I mean, odor has a negative connotation because I hate how they smell. But if you like lilies, then it's a scent.
Okay.
And you're wrong. But Easter lilies were often found, especially for the, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, as many as 600 years, they would keep lilies near the body because, there was no embalming or anything like that.
Makes
Decomposition would start. So to sort of mask the odor of the deceased. So lilies were often incorporated in funerals. So there's a lot of historical precedent for the appearance of the Easter lily.
Nice. Did you ever eat ham for Easter?
I mean, man, I don't want to undercut you here, but I never did. We're not a ham family.
You're not undercutting me. I don't remember what the hell we ate. We ate a bunch of candy.
Yeah, that's all I remember is just chocolate.
I mean, I guess I
shame.
can see where ham comes into play, but
ham, brunch. We're a brunching family. I remember a lot of bacon out of steam trays.
A lot of French toast.
Oh yeah,
a lot of syrup.
Mm-hmm. But that really runny syrup because it's so hot.
Oh yeah,
it's like water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Me neither.
Ham, not cool for Jews and Muslims. So Christians for the win.
Muslim kryptonite.
Pagans would use up the last of their preserved winter meats in the form of, slain pigs and
cured salt pork.
Yeah, and in their spring festival. So whatever they have left in the old smokehouse,
bring it out.
Yeah, they'll nosh on it.
Put it in the steam tray. Take it to the omelet station.
It could have, I think it maybe could have some ties to Tammuz's death, because he got killed by the boar.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
I like that.
Know. That's just another crossover that I'm throwing in, putting the piece of yarn between those two.
Yeah. You want to know a fun fact about boars that I learned today?
Okay.
This is a true fact.
I hope so.
That there is a
I hate those stupid false facts.
No, there's a medieval weapon called a boar sword that was used to hunt boars. A lot of people would use spears and stuff because a boar, when it starts to charge, will not stop. So if you have a sword and you go to stab it, it'll run itself right up the sword and still whoop your ass and then die, but not until it kicks your ass.
Sure.
So they made these things called boar swords. They were very long, like 4-foot swords, with a cross piece about 2 feet up, so that the boar could only get so high up the sword, and then it would hit this cross piece and stop.
Cool.
How amazing is that?
Yeah, well, it's utilitarian for sure.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd get to say that today because I just learned it. But boars.
Boars.
Thanks, podcasts.
So that's ham. Did you ever get gifts as a kid for
You
Easter?
know it. Do you know I still remember my favorite Easter basket gift?
What?
Because we didn't go too crazy. You just got like one little thing in an Easter basket.
Sure.
I had 2 favorite things. One year I got Yoda, the Yoda Star Wars action figure.
Mm.
And another year I got Roadblock, G.I. Joe Roadblock. And that was awesome.
I think my favorite gift, Babe, the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do, pig. I watched the hell out of that movie.
Did it make you feel bad about the ham?
We didn't eat ham.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So no.
Sweet. That would be particularly cruel of your parents. Here's your movie. Now you just watch that while we get lunch ready.
Slice. So
Oh, God. How am I not going to do that to my kids? Pig roast. Man, that's just awful. You can't do that to kids.
well, you can do what you want. You can make them take you to witches if you want.
Yeah.
Some pagans gave gifts and food to kids in honor of having a good planting season coming up.
Okay.
Good crops and all that, and to show the gods that the kids were growing strong and important. That's sympathetic magic. It's you imitate what you want to happen so that in the future it happens.
All
so
right.
if you want your kids to eat and be healthy and be well, you feed them, right? That's
Is that
that's what they
magic?
call it. It's sympathetic magic is what the term is.
My car is magical. I wanted to go far, so I put gasoline in it. That encourages gods to make more gasoline available to put in my car.
You're a true Sumerian.
That's the worst magic on earth.
How about this one? Hot cross buns.
Okay, I forgot all about that until you brought it up.
Did you ever have them?
No.
I didn't. I knew the like very easy song that you learn when you're first learning an instrument,
Yeah, the recorder. I'm a f***ing badass at it.
but I've never put one in my mouth for sure.
Yeah,
Boy, I hope somebody cuts up this podcast and takes everything out of context.
they could keep it in context, and we're just as damned.
All right. Apparently, traditional Easter cakes in the Middle Ages, and the cross, that's an easy win for Jesus right there, but comes from Wotan's cross and means the cosmic union of male and female. Wotan, by the way,
Oh, we've heard of Wotan before.
same dude as Odin.
Mm-hmm.
Wotan, Odin, Wednesday,
Oh
Odin's Day.
no,
Say Odin's Day really fast.
Odin's Day.
Real fast. Real fast.
Odin's Day.
It's like you're saying Wednesday really drunk.
Odin's Day.
Wednesday. Yeah. It may be even older than that with offerings of hot bread to the god Tammuz.
Why does the cross come into it? Just because it's Easter?
That they're saying that's the cosmic union of male female. It's the lines intersecting. It's the 4 points of blah 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 blah.
I've gone cross-eyed.
Yeah, they have a reason for all of it.
Okay. I'm going to put that in the pile I've labeled donkey. Moving on.
Okay,
I ain't buying it, Tammuz.
that's the well. I mean, we know it's not a T because cuneiform T
Oh, my God.
is. It looks like. Did you ever have a screen door? You got a screen door right now.
Yeah.
If you just take a cross section of that and put it on a piece of paper, that's what the
How
letter
did they
T
get
in cuneiform
anything?
looks like.
We were discussing cuneiform. We had to look it up online, and it is the most ridiculous and dense thing. And I even found like some easier forms of cuneiform, and I found one so easy that E, O, V, L, Z, and V are all the exact same thing.
Wow.
How lame is that? If your name is Eve, it's just 3 of the same thing.
It could also be ooh.
Yeah, if your name is Lex, nope, no thanks.
It could also be ooh.
And if you drive a Volvo, it's just a whole bunch of the same thing.
You could drive a la 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 la.
Yeah, we're not impressed.
So that's the traditions I've got for you. One more little interesting thing that I found actually just popped up in the most reliable of news sources, MSN News.
Listen, I thought we've already discussed who's reliable here, and it's Yahoo Answers every time.
There was an article that apparently there's a 1,200-year-old Egyptian text that tells of Pontius Pilate having dinner with Jesus the night before his crucifixion and offering to sacrifice his son in Jesus' place. Also, Jesus was a shapeshifter, according to this article. The article itself it's not necessarily true. It's just that some people believed it at the time. Whoever wrote it believed it, and there were, people in Egypt that believed it. And it was owned by the incredible son of a bitch, John Pierpont Morgan.
Oh.
In his private collection when it was donated. That's what they found.
Do you know who else is shapeshifters? Reptilians.
Mm-hmm.
So we broke the story. JC. Reptilian.
Sorry, guys.
Yep. Living in a hollow earth. Probably driving around on a hovercraft.
What else you got? You got anything else?
Well, you know what? Oh, no, I can't help it. Okay, so I'm looking at Godlike Productions Forum. The Easter Conspiracy, what the church is not telling you. For the most part, that Easter is actually a pagan religion and that you're being duped into worshiping Satan. And so this guy, he's like, hey, I want you to know that, if you're a true Christian, you need to not worship that. There's a problem here. So this guy, he's got the inside track on Christianity. He's a true believer. He sees past the distractions, the lies, the illusions, the bear traps that would otherwise incarcerate a man's soul for all eternity. This man sees the true path. He's got one eye on the Bible and the other on the Holy Spirit, and he will keep marching forward until those pearly gates, until all of eternity, and worshipful joy with him and the living, loving Lord our God.
That's right.
However, he does want everyone to know that March 20th, 2012 will be Quetzalcoatl's return, and we'll be back with our beloved Enki. Whoops-a-daisy. Oh, I love crazy. I love it.
Enki is actually a Sumerian god, right?
Yeah.
One of the Anunnaki, I think.
Yep. So
that's a special kind of crazy to marry Quetzalcoatl and the Anunnaki.
Whoa. What if he's not crazy? What if he's hedging his bets?
He's just covering whatever he can.
This guy's, you should see his posts on the Kabbalah network. This guy's really covering all the bases. I like this guy.
Well, good on him. That's Easter in a red dyed nutshell.
Yeah, in the nutshell, the nut is actually an egg. So there you go. Tell your friends.
I got a basket here for you, straight from the Easter Bunny himself.
Oh God, please! I want some Easter treats.
The treats,
yep,
are in the form of puns.
Oh, sweet Easter puns! Are you the Easter punny? That counts as one. That counts as one.
Oh, you son of
that counts as one. You don't get it for free because we crossed the threshold into the pun zone when I said that.
All right.
Suck it.
So you went first.
I just went with the Easter punny.
Brings delicious pun treats for boys and girls.
Easter bunny bouncing egg sound. I truncated it for in the interest of time.
Is that the same one as the last one?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right, I'll go then, since you've already snuck one in there. You hid that one, I got a children's show where a little blue bunny goes around and they solve mysteries, and you get to have fun and learn stuff as a kid. It's called Tammuz Clues.
Oh, that's really good. That is really, really solid. All right. Let's see what we forget about. I got this. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
What we forget about with Easter is that there's two sides of this. And the International Pagan Council is fairly upset that they feel like their holiday has been stolen by Christianity. And so they've pooled their money and they've decided to reclaim Ishtar. And to do that, they've employed one of the most popular bands on the earth, the Black Eyed Peas, who have re-recorded a song, and we'll be releasing it for free on iTunes. Let's get Ishtarted in here. Let's get it started in here. Let's get it started in here. I just raised the roof into the mic stand. Sorry about that. That's 2 songs out of me tonight.
Wow.
You're lucky. You're welcome.
Oh man, this one's playing right on the heels of that.
Oh, good. I'm glad I got to Ishtar first.
It's an Italian shop for race car drivers.
Uh-huh.
The guys that own it are Italian. It's called Astarte Your Engines.
Oh, all right.
From the goddess Astarte.
Oh, I like that one a lot. Okay, I got another one.
Oh goodness!
Yeah,
you just pummel me with puns anymore.
The key is just to beat you down with the sheer weight of them. No, the Easter punny, that doesn't count. I wanted it to when I was scared that I didn't have any, but now I have. Now I got some bullets in the clip.
All right.
This pun is for our true listeners, okay? Because I'm bringing it back. It turns out that I'm mildly clairvoyant.
Oh.
And I have been channeling a lot lately, and it turns out that
explains all the muslin covered in butter around.
Yeah, exactly. I've been channeling, and I have now been welcome as a member of Ishtar Command. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's from way back.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of miles out of Ishtar.
Yeah, I really am. Really am. Really laying on the Ishtar. To anyone who wants to be disappointed, go back and listen to our channeling episode, and that pun will make so much sense, and you'll be like, I'm so glad I did all that work for that. Yeah. And unfortunately, that's it. That's all we've got, because, we're the only people that like to do puns, David, and that hurts me emotionally right here in my heart. And so I guess thanks for nothing. I guess no one else cares. So I guess that's the end of the podcast.
Wait.
What else could you possibly have to say?
No, man. There's some stuff hidden in the grass there.
Wait, what?
Over there by that bush. There's something hidden over there. I see it. It's very brightly colored. It's standing out amongst all the green of the grass.
You better not be fooling with me, David. David Flora.
No.
It's an Easter miracle. It's a basket full of puns.
Yeah, man. There's a whole basket of puns delivered to you by our friend Bob the Painter.
Oh, you've resurrected my belief in humanity. Now roll the stone away and check it.
We have a pun explosion.
Oh man, it's
from our friend Bob.
It's a punami.
Nice.
Yeah,
I like that. Man, we're gonna go through some because Bob has been listening voraciously to our episodes.
Yeah, he devours them and then redevours them. He's got like a 4-chambered acoustic stomach like a cow.
And he regurgitates puns from them. So we're gonna go through some fun ones that Bob has sent in. Are you ready for this? Are you?
Yeah, I'm trying to be. It's like a guy who thought he was gonna die and realizing that no, you're not gonna die. You're gonna be just fine. Then feeling dumb for thinking he was gonna die in the first place.
Bob sends us a pun from our Mothman episode.
Sweet. He's
got a new espresso shop in Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
Nice. I love products.
Called Frothman. Its logo is our coffee may not be that good, but it'll scare the shit out of you.
I don't drink coffee, but one time I did drink 2 coffees. It messed me up.
I always I get the coffee and stay up late, so I get red eyes.
Oh, Flora. I like
You want
that.
to take the next one?
Yeah. Okay. Let me serve this up to myself. I hope you guys like our Mothman episode because Bob sure as hell did. It's a haberdashery shop in Point Pleasant, West Virginia. Might be right next door to the Frothman.
Could be.
Run by an unlucky cross-eyed man who wets his pants a lot.
Uh-oh.
So just a moment of silence for this poor bastard. His shop is called The Mad Hatter with a Weak Bladder, hanging under a ladder with his rabbit's foot in tatters and his crossbow shattered, talking in crazy Mothman chatter incorporated. Word jazz. Papa ta 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 ta. Yeah, Bob. Oh man.
Yeah. Gosh, that actually that married Mothman and the Superstitions episode.
Yeah, really. He stitched it together.
Nice, Bob. All right, I've got Banshee laundry detergent.
This would be for our ghost taxonomy or our Legends of Ireland episode.
True story. When you hear the wailing, you know the stains are dead. Nice.
It'd be great if it actually did release something that made your washing machine just. I tried to make a wailing sound, didn't work. Okay, no, man, this guy drove a dump truck into our living room
and unloaded.
Yeah, this is like a clown car of puns. It's a metaphor of puns. All right, this is more of a historical. This is an origin story.
Okay, from Bob.
Also from Bob Mears. It's the story of a boy, the son of a clown couple. The couple decide to have a kazoo surgically attached to their son's rectum to help him out in his upcoming career as a clown, since he is always a bit gassy. But the boy decides to follow his dream instead and becomes a world-famous archaeologist, who, from then on, is known as Diggy Toots! And then once the university kicks him out for his kazoo farts, then he just turns to the mean streets where he learns how to rap 8 Mile style. The music, the moment, something. He's
spaghetti.
Spaghetti. That's what I was going to say. Spaghetti.
All right. That dump truck has a little bit more.
Oh man,
a little bit more
space. Is this
space.
The part where they like shake the truck to get the last of the dirt out.
They play the bass real loud. So wiggle.
Pump the bass for Bob Mears.
We've got Flying Dutchman baked beans, traveling the ocean of your bowels forever.
Oh. Which I would sue that company because everyone knows that Flying Dutchman baked beans do not remain forever. No, as a matter of fact, they take the shortest line they can. They ghost right through you.
Oh man.
Boom! Poo-poo jokes.
Oh, we've made it.
We've made it. We did it. How on earth do you have time to paint a house and write all these amazing puns? I love it. I'm not complaining. I'm in awe of because I can't do it.
Yeah.
But I guess that's how you recognize an artist when they do something you know you're not capable of, and you have to respect that.
And they do something else on top of that.
Yeah. All right. Now this one is a little close to home for our friend Bob. Haint paint. No matter what color you chose, all those haints will love it. It's just all pinks and lilacs. Haint paint.
Haint paint.
Don't worry about it. She's not going to jump your shit over it.
If she don't like it, it. All right, I got one from our Spring Hill Jack episode.
Okay.
Spring Hill Jack peanut butter. Have a new and improved PBJ. It'll put a little spring in your day and maybe help you grab a little booby.
Oh, I do love PBJs and titties.
If there's two things I could squeeze together, it'd be PBJ and boobies. Oh, sweet, sweet tatties.
Sweet, sweet tatties. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, the Bob Mears Show rolls into its 13th hour. We're raising money for Spina Bifida. Okay.
We do appreciate these, though. These are great.
Yeah. Okay, Flora and I had a little discussion about this because Flora's afraid of this pun.
Oh, man.
But I'm not.
I guess I didn't listen to our Superstitions episode.
Right.
And how stupid it is to believe in stuff like that.
The Dybbuk clock, making every hour the witching hour. And man, I have to do this because the pun doesn't make sense otherwise. But the Dybbuk box, we may or may not ever cover on this podcast. It is one of those subjects. This is why I literally, every time, if you've ever heard me mention it, and I occasionally will make a Dybbuk box joke, and Flora just goes, nah. I'm the only one that talks about it. Because if you mention this thing, the Dybbuk box, bad things happen. It is a curse. And so Flora will not discuss it, so he's just rolling his eyes right now.
You've said it like 15 times.
I'm pulling it onto me. I'm the lightning rod.
Yeah, you're the lightning rod. That machine right there that's recording all this is
true.
The capacitor. I've got to deal with the capacitor later.
That's true. Maybe your fear will inoculate it. but it is a box that is not haunted, but rather demon possessed.
Mm-hmm.
And any mention of it will bring the attention of the demon. I would love to do a Dybbuk box episode. If you would like to hear more about it, look it up online. It's great. There was even a Sam Raimi movie.
That's true. Has it come out, or
I don't know if it has or not.
I don't know either.
But
maybe I forget what it was. It was either called The Possession or something like that.
Yeah,
it wasn't.
They kind of messed with the story, but the original story of the Dybbuk box is terrifying all on its own.
We came across it through the podcast Mysterious Universe, which is a lot of fun to listen to.
Oh man, those guys are great. They're Australian, so everything they say sounds interesting.
Exactly, interesting and sexy, and well, they claim to have bad stuff happen to them whenever they bring it up.
Wait, I'm sorry. You think those two dudes sound sexy?
Not as sexy as PB&J and Tatas.
Oh, sweet Tatas. But really do look up Mysterious Universe. The Dybbuk box episode is phenomenal.
They got it. They've done a couple of them where they've discussed it and told that story. And
and I've seen it spelled a few ways, but I think it's DIBBYK.
That'll work.
Is a really popular, or DIBBUK. Look it up. It's interesting, and it does make every hour the witching hour. So sorry, Flora. Maybe I'll never convince you to do an episode ourselves on it, but it is really worth looking into. If nothing else, it makes an awesome scare the hell out of your friend's ghost story for a long car ride or for camping trips.
Yep. I think the dump truck is empty now.
Oh,
I think it's pulled back out of the yard.
Yeah.
But thank you, Bob, for sending those in.
Light a match on your way out, Bob. Oh man, he punned it up. Crack a window.
Guess what?
What?
I've got some feedback.
We love feedback so much.
From a longtime listener. Haven't heard from you in a while, Bahama Mama.
Oh. Whoa. Oh, Bahama Mama. These last 40 days, 40 nights, I've been feeling the loss. I know we decided we just cool it. Maybe just back it off a little bit for just a little while. But baby, it's like seeing a pie cool on a windowsill. You know how sweet it's gonna be. Oh, but you know that pie's gonna burn you if you don't wait. Oh, Bahama Mama, the waiting's over. And I'm just right here, and I got a napkin stuffed into my shirt. And I'm like in a cartoon, and the wavy pie fragrance lines, they're drawing me forward, and I'm just hovering towards that sweet pie.
I know exactly the cartoon you're thinking of.
Oh, I am just so excited. Thank you for writing in, Bahama Mama.
Bahama Mama says, I've decided after hearing your podcast about the djinn that I would not ask for anything. Goes back to the old saying, leave well enough alone. But if one genie should appear, I would think I would do as Annie suggested and free it, hoping it would run away.
Oh, see now, yeah, I like that. So
that's a defensive wish.
That is a defensive wish, unless not all jinn have your best interest at heart. Maybe the fact that it's shackled is the only thing that's keeping you from making the soles of your feet into taste buds.
I don't know if the Payless are.
That's
smart.
The worst.
Yeah.
Then you taste them tasting you. Wait, would that be kind of like mildly erotic though?
No,
it's like making out.
No,
I guess making out isn't about tasting.
No. I'm not into feet, dude.
No, me neither.
Thanks, Bahama Mama.
I hope that I really hope that we have like an obsessive fan who's like writing in their notebook, just like ambivalent to feet. Flora, no feet, underline.
We do. His name's Bob Mears.
We're going to make the most gorgeous flesh suit that's ever been made.
Oh, God.
He's going to look so good.
Oh, man. Hey, guess who else wrote in? Greg Bach?
Oh, well.
Well,
Greg
guess.
Bach, I don't want it to make us seem coquettish, but with all the attention we've been getting from Bob Mears, I barely had time to spare a thought for you, Mr. Bach. You used to be my one and only. No, I'm just kidding. Bahama Mama, it was always just you.
You are going to get yourself in a lot of trouble.
I have a crush on every listener.
I love everybody. So Greg says when genies have a tough day, they kick back with a nice gin and tonic.
Oh, you know what? Thank you.
Yeah, somebody had to say it.
We were all
We
waiting.
didn't go for it.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
went for it, Greg.
You did. Thank you, Greg. Thank you, Greg Bach. And I am very excited. Greg Bach is pleased to announce that his podcast is going online.
Is it?
Yes. And from the indications, all the episodes, of which I am a guest on one of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
You are the more interesting of the two of us, so that makes sense.
You were busy that day.
Whatever. I didn't even get asked.
You're a busy man.
That shit.
You? Greg Bach? His podcast.
You Stugach.
You still got. So it's Uniform Snowflakes is the name of his podcast. He does it with the very talented Kate Parker.
Oh, friend of ours.
Yeah, she's great and very funny. So please listen to them. I mean, if you're listening to us, I mean, this is people we like that we listen to. And I'm very excited. So yeah, please listen to that. But if you think that's the last we've heard of Greg Bach tonight, you're wrong, because he's sending us out.
With one more.
Uno mas at a Greg Bach. Memorial Day weekend. Don't miss the action hit of the summer. Jingo Unchained. The D is silent. Because it's a gin.
I like
But
that
seriously,
slant.
gin just have mist there. There's no D.
They have what they want.
That's true.
And what you want.
Yeah. They do have what I want.
Great. Thank you guys for writing in. Man.
Yeah. I
feel,
love that.
I feel like the coffers have been dry on puns and writing lately, and you guys just you guys just hit the lottery for us.
I almost pawned our coffers. Thank God I didn't do that.
Yeah, we actually do need those.
Yeah, we use those things all the time. Now that they're full of pun.
So keep sending us stuff. Go to blurryphotos.org and fill out the contact sheet. Send us a pun of your own. Send us some feedback. Hey, if there's something that you want to hear us blab about or make stupid dialects or accents over.
If you like wearing retro lingerie, send us a picture.
If you're a Persian Wiccan, send us a...
yeah. Just send us anything you feel like. A manifesto. Tell us we're idiots.
We don't care, man.
Do you know what I noticed? I kept saying gins in our last episode.
And gin is kind of plural in
Right.
itself.
Yeah. Made myself sound like a real idiot.
Well, you know what you just did is you saved yourself from a trip to the penalty box.
Oh, thank God.
So good on you. But, yeah, you guys send us all kinds of stuff if you want.
Whatever you want.
Check us out on Facebook. Like us on there. Check us out on iTunes. Subscribe. Rate us. Comment if you want. If you got some time, got a few minutes and want to say, hey, these guys are idiots. 1 star. You can do that. I mean, we're not going to say no.
Yeah, but
It's
we actually,
America.
We literally can't say no. I mean, you can do it.
Yeah.
We're not an autocracy. We don't sit upon our throne of bone and sinew, looking down upon the plebeians, telling them what we'll deign to inform them of. Nay. No. We're at the bottom of the pyramid, serving you. Please. Shout down to us. Throw us a scrap of food, and on that scrap, write the name of something you'd like to hear about.
Then you can follow us on Twitter, blurry_photos. Mm-hmm. And now we got YouTube, which I need to keep working on getting the old podcast episodes up for that.
Yep.
If you like that kind of thing. But Blurry Photos Podcast is what to search for on YouTube, and you'll find us there.
You'll find us everywhere.
We're getting out there.
Look in your closet.
Hey, biggest thing to do if you want to help us out, tell people to listen to us.
Yeah, and
send us out there in the world.
Don't even ask them. Tell them.
Don't ask them. Just tell them, hey, you need to listen to a f***ing kick-ass podcast.
That's right, man.
So,
I'm Dave, the Devil's Testicle Stecco. You.
I'm David. It's actually pronounced Easter, Flora.
Oh, well played. This is why I like working with you.
And this has been Blurry Photos.
Oh, boy. That hurt so bad. Why did the thigh hurt so bad?
Bye for real.
Oh.
Sweet tart, ain't that redundant?
Now, a lot of people think that, but you're wrong.
You're wrong. We'll tell you why.
You're wrong and you're fucking dumb. I had it up to here with your shit, Tabitha. Why don't you maybe do some research about the fucking candy so we can have us a goddamn discussion about candy? Jesus Christ, Tabitha. I'm sorry. I'm just so sick of your shit. You didn't read anything about Peeps. And you were supposed to have 5 fun facts about M&Ms. I could fucking make up 5 fun facts about M&Ms, but you show up to my house and you didn't bring any tea or any soda, even though it's your turn.
All right. Well, next up, M&Ms and how they can really spruce up a party.
Candy chat. What if every episode of Candy Chat starts out so nice and they get so jacked up on sugar they end up just going at each other?
I've had 50 pixie sticks today.
And you're a f***ing whore, Tabitha. I hate you so much.
If Tabitha shows her dirty hate face at that big sale, I swear to God.
Oh, you think you're so tough? Come at me, bitch. I've been begging for this. Get your ass off that chair, Tabitha.
Well...